Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to semester 4 new session. And in this, in this semester of microeconomics, this is going to be a very, very useful semester. And let me warn you that just like the last semester, this time also you will have very difficult numericals in your final paper. So from the very beginning, whenever we will do any chapter, you have to do the numericals related to that chapter with me at that point of time. उसी time आपको मेरे साथ वो वाले chapter के numericals खत्म करने हैं. Now, as far as this, this paper is concerned, in semester 4, we are going to go ahead and we are going to talk about 1, intermediate microeconomics, 2, intermediate macroeconomics, and 3rd, we are going to talk about econometrics. But the syllabus is completely different from what your seniors used to study. So please, मेरे साथ बहुत ध्यान से you have to do this part. Please don't look into any old video lectures. Any lecture before 2024 for semester 4 is not valid. It is not the right lecture to look into. You will be playing with your career if you look into the old lectures. किसी काम के नहीं है. Now, for all 3 subjects, by the way, econometrics में इस बारी there is going to be practical applications using R, E-views, Stata. तो वो हमें ध्यान से पढ़नी होगी. Now, when I talk about intermediate microeconomics, within intermediate microeconomics, we have to study perfect competition, we have to study monopoly, we have to study general equilibrium. और ये जो general equilibrium वाला part है, it is going to be one of the most difficult topic of all time. बहुत difficult होने वाला है. So you have to be with me throughout, and I will tell you what all can go ahead and be asked in exam. Believe me, no one wants to go ahead and repeat this subject in the 6th sem. Many students make this mistake of taking this semester very lightly. But this is one of the most difficult semester. And, we have to be sure that we do well in all 3 subjects. No one wants to get a back in any of these 3 subjects. And no one wants to repeat these 3 subjects in 6th semester. Right, beta? So from the very beginning, we will go ahead and we will start our preparation. Am I clear? Koi doubt, koi dikkat, kuch bhi, let me know. Right? As usual, you can post all your groups on the Telegram, all your doubts on the Telegram group, and wahan se I will be taking it. As usual, after every chapter, I will be going ahead and posting an assignment, and you have to do that assignment. Right, beta? So I am starting today with chapter number 11. And this chapter 11 from Serrano is basically about perfect competition. अब ध्यान से समझने की कोशिश करो from the beginning. Please make sure कि जिस दिन जो lecture पढ़ाया जाए, you go ahead and you make notes based on that chapter on the same day. Okay. Now, what is perfect competition? Let us write down the definition first. होता क्या है perfect competition? But when I talk about perfect competition, there are multiple features of perfect competition. And if those features are satisfied, then the firm will be in a perfectly competitive market. Now, what features kya hai? What are those features? The prizes should be given. There should be free entry and exit. There should be homogeneous product that should be sold. Ye kuch perfect competition ke features, and we will be talking about those features. Now, many times, students go ahead and ask, why should we study perfect competition? It is not a real life scenario. कभी असली में हमने नहीं देखा कि एकदम perfect competition हो. Even when you go to sabji mandis, when you go to these bazaars, you will see that, somebody is selling tomato for 10 rupees per kg. Somebody is selling tomato for 12 rupees per kg. Somebody is selling for 15 rupees per kg. और उसको वो कैसे बोल देते हैं कि मैम this is the Indian version, मैम this is the hybrid version, मैम this is the जो भी organic version, ऐसे करके the same tomato can be sold for different prices. मतलब within the सब्जी मंडी वी विल सी डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ प्राइसेस फॉर द सेम प्रोडक्ट. एक ही प्रोडक्ट के अलग अलग प्राइस दिखेंगे, एक ही टमाटर के, एक ही टोमेटो के, यू विल सी डिफरेंट प्राइस. क्वेश्चन इज, इट मींस आई कैन नॉट फाइंड एनी रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल जहां पे परफेक्ट कंपटीशन अच्छा सा हो, राइट, वेयर देयर इज कंप्लीट परफेक्ट कंपटीशन. देन व्हाई शुड वी स्टडी इट, क्यों पढ़े? सो Serrano गिव्स एन एक्सीलेंट एग्जांपल. तो बोलते हैं कि अगर हम फिजिक्स की बात करें, राइट, तो फिजिक्स में वैक्यूम के बारे में पढ़ा जाता है, खाली स्पेस. और वैक्यूम रेयरली मिलेगा कहीं पे हमें, वी कांट फाइंड वैक्यूम, बट फिजिक्स टॉक्स अबाउट हाउ एन ऑब्जेक्ट कैन फॉल इन द वैक्यूम, राइट. व्हाई? because you have to go ahead and you have to compare the reality with something which is perfect. तो रियल शायद परफेक्ट कंपटीशन ना हो मार्केट में, शायद ओलिगोपोली हो, शायद मोनोपोलिस्टिक कंपटीशन हो, कुछ और हो, बट वी ऑलवेज हैव टू स्टडी द परफेक्ट वर्जन ऑफ एवरीथिंग, राइट. जस्ट लाइक फिजिक्स विल डू, दे विल स्टडी व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन ऑब्जेक्ट विल फॉल इन अ वैक्यूम. तो यही बात है कि ठीक है, मे बी परफेक्ट कंपटीशन मे नॉट एग्जिस्ट इन द रियल वर्ल्ड, but it is important that we go ahead and we start our classes by understanding about perfect competition, right beta? Acha, now let us start by understanding the definition of perfect competition, and we can go ahead and say that जो भी चीज ये फीचर्स को फॉलो करेगी वही परफेक्ट कंपटीशन कहलाएगी. So we can say that perfect competition has the following features. Has the following features. Right, beta? So the first feature of perfect competition that we have, that is called as price taking behavior. Now, what is a price taking behavior? A price taking behavior means that the firm takes price as given. मतलब अगर मैं मार्केट में एंटर करती हूं, इफ आई एंटर अ परफेक्टली कंपेटिटिव मार्केट, I cannot decide my own price. I can't go ahead and say, you know what, I want to sell at 50 rupees or I want to sell my product at 70 rupees. No, I have to see what price is existing in the market. और जो भी प्राइस मार्केट में एग्जिस्ट कर रहा होगा, whatever price would be existing in the market, I will take that price as given. Why? Because in perfect competition there are many firms, and since there are many firms, बहुत सारे छोटे 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 करके firms हैं, so because there are so many firms, one small firm cannot impact the market price. मतलब अगर मैं अपने प्राइस को ऊपर या नीचे भी करूंगी मार्केट प्राइस के कंपैरिजन में, then I will not be able to impact the market because there are so many firms in the market. तो अगर मार्केट के प्राइस को इम्पैक्ट नहीं कर पाऊंगी, इफ आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू इम्पैक्ट द मार्केट प्राइस, I can do three things. Either I will take the price given in the market as taken and sell at that price, या तो जो market price बोल रही है उसी पे बेच डालो, or I will go ahead and sell at a price more than market price. But then why will people buy from you? If other firms are selling at a lower price, market में कम price में वो चीज मिल रही है, and you want to sell at a higher price, will anybody buy from you? No. So then you will not be able to sell the product. And what if you sell at a price less than the market price? तो बच्चे उस केस में why will you bear loss? Right? You don't want to do that. You can sell at a higher price जिस पे market बेच रही है. Why do you want to bear a loss? So I will prove this later. So what we know is that because there are so many firms in the market, and one particular firm is so small part of the market, they cannot impact the market price. They will take the price as given. वो सिर्फ बोलेंगे कि ठीक है मैं मार्केट में आया हूं, जो भी मार्केट में जिस भी प्राइस पे बेचा जा रहा है, I will also purchase at that price. Now take the reverse of this. Consider only one firm in the market. एक monopoly को consider करो. To give that example, Let me talk about the producer of COVID-19 vaccine. Can you tell me who produced this vaccine? India, outside कोई एक नाम. Who produced this vaccine? Pfizer. बहुत बड़ी कंपनी है बेटा. Right? So let's say Pfizer produces this vaccine. Suppose. Beta, suppose it's the only firm producing the vaccine. ये एक लौती firm है जो vaccine produce कर रही है. Everybody wants vaccine. They want to protect themselves. Then in that case, whatever price this firm will charge, जो भी पैसा ये firm मांगे, you will simply go ahead and pay that price to this firm. जो भी पैसा वो मांग रही हो, you will simply pay that price to the firm. So when we talk about monopoly, it is the only firm in the market. वो एक लौता firm है market में. And since it is the only firm in the market, it can go ahead and sell its product at the price it wants to. जिस price पे मैं बेचना चाहूंगी, I will sell it at that price. That means a monopolist is price setter. It will set its own price. But who is a price taker? Perfect competition is a price taker. So let us go ahead and let us quickly write this down. So bache, with me, please write this down. Each firm is too small to affect the market price. Therefore, each firm is price taker. So they are price taker. They will take the price as given. Just for example, just the wheat market. या corn market. There are so many farmers selling wheat, so many farmers selling corn. Then can you decide your own price? No. You have to sell at the price which is already decided. जिस price पे सारे farmers बेच रहे होंगे, the price at which all the farmers would be selling, you will also sell at that price. Right, Peter? So you become a price taker. You take the price as given. Please write down the second point, that we want to go ahead and we want to compare it with its opposite. So contradict or contrast this with monopoly, which is the single firm in the market and therefore price maker. So monopolist is a single firm in the market. So it can decide the price at which it wants to sell. किस price पे मुझे बेचना है मैं decide कर सकता हूँ. Now take an example of this. Example, COVID-19 vaccine producer. Right, beta? Acha, now just think about it. I will talk about this. Just write down somewhere. यहीं कहीं लिख लो. I have to discuss the demand curve of perfect competition versus monopoly. So we will go ahead and we will discuss the demand curves also, that which firm has what kind of demand curve. We will also discuss that, but later. But first I want to do the features first. The second feature that I want to talk about is the type of product. And we have homogeneous product. So try to think. See, homogeneous means identical. एक बहुत basic example देते हैं. Suppose I filled 2 bowls with wheat. Just for me, I cannot understand the difference between 2 companies. Say company A and company B ka wheat. Most of the people will not be able to do that. So I tell you that, look, here, this is the wheat given by farmer A. This is the wheat given by farmer B. This is the wheat given by farmer C. Can you tell me the difference between these wheats? You will tell me no. Most probably, I can't tell the difference between these wheats. So, when we talk about perfect competition, we are talking about products which are identical in nature. Identical मतलब एकदम same. मैं उनके बीच में difference नहीं बता पाऊंगी. Like for example, if you ask me the difference between a Nataraj pencil and an Apsara pencil, जो बचपन में हम use करते थे, right? I will not be able to tell the difference between the two. Somebody may, but I will not be able to tell. So the products which are homogeneous means that they are identical to each other. They are similar to each other. And since they are identical products, एकदम same दिखते हैं, एकदम same look and feel देते हैं, they are the same quality of the product. Therefore, no firm can charge more price than the other firm. अब अगर farmer A, B and C, if all three of them are selling the same kind of wheat, तीनों same wheat ही बेच रहे हैं. So can farmer A sell at 110 per kg, but when B and C are selling at 100 per kg? No. People will say, you know what? The same wheat I can get from farmer B or C at a cheaper price. And if B and C are selling me for a cheaper price, why will I buy from you? So homogeneous product means identical product. And identical products mean that you cannot charge a higher price for these products. So we can say that these products are identical in nature. And since they are identical, therefore, we cannot charge different price for these products. If these products are identical, they are exactly the same, I will not be able to charge different price for this product. But if products are heterogeneous, heterogeneous means different. Just say for example, beta, have you seen a juice by Tropicana and Real? I find them very different. One has more pulp in it and other is very watery. I will not say which company what, huh? But Tropicana and Real ka juice quality is very different. So when you can go ahead and when you can differentiate between products, अगर आप बता सकते हो कि दो product के बीच में क्या difference है, then in that case, you can go ahead and you can charge different price for the product. आप उसी product के लिए different price charge कर पाओगे, right? So we can say that if the product is heterogeneous, for example, pizza by Domino's and Pizza Hut, it's not the same, na? So they are charging different price for it. Then firms can charge different price for their product. बेटा when you have heterogeneous product, जब product आपके अलग अलग होते हैं, just let me write properly, then such product come either under monopolistic competition or oligopolistic competition. So monopoly and monopolistic and oligopoly are those markets where we are talking about the heterogeneous product. But perfect competition has identical products. Okay, the third point. Now we talk about perfect information. So by perfect information, we mean that each buyer and seller has all information available in the market. ऐसा नहीं है कि some information is pending. जैसे for example, can you tell me every component that went inside COVID-19 vaccine? क्या आप बता सकते हो कौन कौन से chemicals गए हैं, क्या क्या गया है? No. You won't be able to tell me. Is there perfect information in that case? No. because there is asymmetrical information. You have less information as compared to seller of the vaccine, right? But in case of perfect competition, you have information about all relevant facts of the product, right? So we can say that there is information about all relevant facts in case of perfect competition. So in perfect competition, we can say that there is information about every possible thing, which is not the case in the other kind of market. There is asymmetric information in case of monopoly, right? And here we can say that both buyer and seller know all characteristics about the goods being sold or purchased. तो जो भी गुड हम बेच या खरीद रहे होते हैं, you have perfect information about that. Let me give you example of asymmetric information. So examples of asymmetric information violating perfect competition. But example number 1. Do you remember that? Take an example. सबसे basic देखो पहले. Consider your class. There are two kind of people in the class. First, who will do their assignment on their own. घर जाएंगे, अच्छे से assignment लिखेंगे. The second kind of people who will take their assignment, जिन्होंने लिखी होगी, copy that assignment and send it to the teacher. Does the teacher know who has put in what effort? No, that is asymmetric. As a teacher, I cannot tell whether it was person A or B who has put in the effort, right? So this is where asymmetry lies. अब इसी को हम actual economy के example में convert करते हैं. Consider the labor market. In labor market, who will know more about his or her own productivity? Labor. कि मैंने कितना एफर्ट डाला आज यहाँ पे कंपनी में आके, मैंने कितनी क्लाइंट कॉल्स ली, मैंने कितना काम किया, लेबर विल बी एबल टू टेल. बट वुड द मैनेजर बी एबल टू टेल टू द सेम लेवल? ना. जब भी मैनेजर इज ऑन द राउंड, द पर्सन इज वर्किंग ऑन द सिस्टम, but the manager does not know whether he's actually being productive or thinking something else. So it is the labor who knows more about his or her own productivity over the firm. Over the firm. फर्म को नहीं पता होगा कि कितना प्रोडक्टिव है, बट लेबर को खुद को पता होगा कि मैं कितना, राइट? Same, I gave you the example of COVID-19 vaccine. So as a consumer, one would not know the chemicals or whatever you call it, the medicines, the chemicals that go inside the vaccine. Right, beta? That's the third part. Now let's go to the fourth feature. So the fourth feature is pre-entry and exit. अब imagine करो कि बहुत टाइम से एक जैसे अगेन आई विल कम टू द सेम एग्जाम्पल, आई वॉन्ट टू टीच एवरीथिंग यूजिंग दिस एग्जाम्पल. सो इमेजिन आई टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस कंपनी कॉल्ड फाइजर. हाँ, और फाइजर का बहुत टाइम से अपने इस प्रोडक्ट में, जो भी ये वैक्सीन की बात कर रहा है, इसमें फाइजर का मोनोपोली है. फाइजर हैज मोनोपोली ओवर दिस वैक्सीन. हाँ, वैक्सीन प्रोडक्शन. कैन companies, other small companies जो बाकी medicines produce कर रही हैं, can they go and start producing this vaccine? No. To produce this kind of vaccine, you need a lot of R&D. You need a lot of know-how. You need the best medical doctors. You need a lot of things. And then you will be able to, and then you have to bear a lot of cost initially, right? And then you will be able to go ahead and produce the same vaccine, right? Now, in that case, can any new firm easily enter this market? No. Right? So in such cases, there is no free entry exit. But imagine that on this road, there are 4 people selling potatoes. Can the fifth person also come and sell potatoes? Yes. Right? So in perfect competition, there is free entry exit. New firms can easily enter and easily exit the market. But in case of monopoly, there is restrictive entry. But अगर नया firm आ ही जाएगा तो उसकी monopoly रहेगी कैसे? It will no more be a monopoly, right? So we can say that only in perfect competition, there is free entry and exit of the firm, right? There is free entry exit of the firm. अब इसमें what the book does is that the book tries to define 2 kind of periods. The first is known as a short run period and the second is known as a long. A short run period is any period, बहुत simple है बच्चे. A short run period is any period where you cannot change fixed inputs, but you can only change variable inputs. So for example, a short run period will be a period where I cannot change the amount of land that I have, but I can change the amount of labor that I have. Whereas a long run period is any period where you can change both. अगर मैं वेरिएबल और फिक्स दोनों इनपुट्स चेंज कर पाऊं, राइट, देयर इज नो फिक्स्ड इनपुट एट सच. सो नो फिक्स्ड इनपुट, कोई फिक्स्ड इनपुट है ही नहीं. यहाँ पे लिखो कैन बी चेंज्ड. यहाँ पे देयर आर नो फिक्स्ड इनपुट्स, ओनली वेरिएबल इनपुट्स एग्जिस्ट. तो अगर सभी चेंज कर सकूं, सभी वेरिएबल बन जाएं, देन इट बिकम्स द लॉन्ग रन पीरियड, राइट? Now, what we have to understand in this book is that we trying to define pre-entry and exit based on the time. इस time period के हिसाब से हमें entry और exit को define कर, right? So we can go ahead and say that whenever we talk about the number of firms in the economy, कि कितने firms होंगे market में, right? During that also we need to define short run period and long. अब बहुत ध्यान से मुझे समझना, ये कंफ्यूजन एंड तक रहने वाली है. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी कंफ्यूजिंग कॉन्सेप्ट. टिल नाउ जब भी हमने क्लास 11th 12th whenever we have studied economics, first year of your economics, you have already always defined short run and long run इन टर्म्स ऑफ वेरिएबल्स. आपने हमेशा इनपुट्स के टर्म्स में, वेरिएबल एंड फिक्स्ड इनपुट्स के टर्म में शॉर्ट रन एंड लॉन्ग रन को एक्सप्लेन किया, राइट? सो टिल नाउ वी हैव always explained the short run and long run concept in terms of the inputs, but this time for this chapter अभी का जो हम पाठ करेंगे, we will define short run and long run in a very different way. हम बहुत अलग तरीके से short run और long run को define. So we will go ahead and we will define short run as that period, उस period को हम short run बोल रहे हैं बच्चे, in which firm is unable to enter or leave the industry. So when there is no entry or exit in perfect competition, that is called short run period according to this book. Please try to understand, bache. According to Serrano, we are saying that we can define short run as that period when there is no entry or exit in perfect competition. And we can define a long run as that period in which we will allow entry or exit of the firm. So there will be free entry or exit of firm in perfect competition. Am I clear with this concept? I hope this is making some sense to you. Samjho dhyan se. Till now, we have always defined short run and long run in terms of input, in terms of inputs. But we are not following that concept here. We are defining short run and long run in terms of the entry or exit of the firms. कि कितने firms enter या exit करेंगे, उस terms में हम short run और long run को define कर रहे हैं. We are defining it in that. Am I clear? So the book gives an example. So imagine that there are these children, and these children, they have a stall. They have kept a stall, and this stall is of lemonade, right? And you know what they are doing? So they are using their mom's help, and they are going ahead, and they are putting up a table. ऐसे एक टेबल लगा दिए. Sorry for my drawing here. So they're putting up this table, and on this table, what they're doing is they're just going ahead and putting up cups and lemonades every 10 minutes. हर 10 मिनट में जाते हैं, वहां पे कप रखते हैं, उसमें lemonade डालते हैं, they sell that lemonade. And they took 20 minutes to set up this table. So 20 minutes for this table and 10 minutes for this lemonade. So this brings them to 30 minutes. And this is what they do, huh? So the book says that, look, this 30-minute for them is a short run period, right? But if they keep doing this process again and again and again, they keep repeating it. मतलब ये table तो setup हो गया, हाँ, ये lemonade हर 10 मिनट में they will go and refill. So after 5-6 hours, when they have again and again refilled this lemonade, बार बार जाते हैं table पे रखते हैं, जाते हैं table पे रखते हैं, जाते हैं table पे रखते हैं, that for them becomes the long run period. So long run is the period where they are selling those lemonades, getting new lemonades, selling those, getting new, selling those, getting new. Short run is when they took this time to initially establish this table and to fix out or establish this first glasses of the lemonade. Samjhe? Another example the book gives. So supposedly, let's say that you are generating a nuclear power plant. Or you have a power plant which is generating nuclear facilities. So for them, short run, long run will not be in terms of minute. अब उनके लिए change हो जाएगा. Maybe short run for them will be where they break even, say 10 years, 15 years. And long run for them will be, say, 50 years. So what the author wants to suggest is long run, short run is basically a relative concept. अब इन बच्चों का long run अलग, short run अलग था. एक बहुत बड़ी industry का long run, short run will be different. But anyways, the way that the book defines long run or short run is that in long run, you have sufficient time for new firms to enter or exit. नए competitive firm market में easily enter कर सकते हैं और पुराने firm exit भी कर सकते हैं, right? In the short run, there is no entry exit possible even in perfect competition. Am I clear with that part, beta? This is how long run, short run is defined by this book, right? So let's write this down. That in long run, there is sufficient time for competing firms to enter or exit an industry. Right? Am I clear? It is a competitive firm. Long run or short run, but short run is too small a period for new people to come and enter. But long run is a good enough period that people can easily enter and exit the industry. Ab exam mein what kind of question will come? On the basis of long run or short run, we will have to derive the industry supply curve. हमें supply curve derive करना आएगा exam में mathematical question. So what we want to now learn is how to derive the industry supply curve in the long and short run. And that is what I'm going to do in the next. Okay, beta. Thank you.